So, I'm angry. He went down to get a long sleeve yellow shirt. We picked out some pants from the laundry. See? There they are. It's going to be cold. So mittens, coat, a hat, scarf maybe. That would be good. How's that? If you give a daddy a muffin.
And now for your viewing pleasure, it's Mr. Constant Comments.
So Sarah and I have this picture of us that I took of us when we were in Amsterdam. And you see there's this guy right in the corner of the picture, and it looks like he's posing for the picture with us. And he looks just like a guy that, I didn't go to high school with him, he was a few years older than me, but he looks just like that guy did in high school. In fact, he's even wearing the coat that I kind of envisioned this guy wearing. So I always wonder, like, I wonder what that guy's doing right now. It looks like he was trying to be in our photo. And, I wonder how many photos I'm in like that throughout the world. Wouldn't it be weird to go into someone else's house, like you were visiting someone in another state or country, and you happened to be looking through pictures at their house and you saw yourself in one of the photos, because you are in photos in other people's houses in the background or whatever. I mean, people are in the background of my photos. So, you've got to be in there somewhere. I've always thought it'd be really weird to see yourself in one of those photos in someone else's house just by coming across it by chance. I mean, what are the odds that would happen, that you would find yourself in the background of someone else's photo? Okay, I'm watching Wheel of Fortune. And do you remember, this was when I was a little kid, probably 20 years ago. They would, on Wheel of Fortune, after they would solve a puzzle, or at some point in the game, the person, they would have $5,000 in their bank, and they would get to go through a room, and that everything in this room had a price, and they would get to pick whatever they wanted in this room up to the amount of money they had. So they could get a TV and a VCR, and there'd be a chair or whatever. And as a kid, I always thought that just looked so sweet. It was like a spending spree on Wheel of Fortune, but they haven't had that format for a long time now. But do any of you remember that old format? Pat Sajak just said he was going to have to do a reach around on one of the contestants. Okay, 3 pictures of Sarah and I, 3 stories of Sarah and I. That one, we are at Disney World. We'd only been married about 2 months. And a friend of Sarah's family paid for us to go down there on their dime. So that was kind of like a little honeymoon for Sarah and I. So we were at Disney World on that one. This is taken on some train tracks right behind my parents' house. And the thing I remember about this photo is that this was one of the first times that we went back for Christmas after we got married. And Sarah had gotten sick the night before we were going to leave. So we stayed home a day longer, and then we headed out for Kansas. And she is pale in this picture because she's still getting over being sick. She actually had the stomach flu. Now this is a picture of Sarah and I inside Notre Dame Stadium when they used to do pep rallies inside the stadium. They still do occasionally, but not as often. I am wearing a child, what do you call it, a front-facing holder or whatever. And Katie was just a little baby, and she was still riding around in that, and that's us in there having a good time. So, 3 pictures, 3 stories, 3 cool stories. Now you know me a little better.